Sepoops, bak kata pepatah Donald Trump.
Each of us inherits the deeds and the myths, the triumphs, the legacies of our own heroes and founders who so bravely showed us the way.
How touching! How fortunate that our heroes in Malaysia are the toilet water sisters. Sepoops, you might remember the toilet water sisters. If you don't, how dare you? Are you Zionists? Just kidding, just kidding. Here they are!
How did they try to treat you?
Oh, brutally, cruelly. Like, can you imagine? We drank from the toilet water.
Wow! Such wonderful heroes! Anyway, these are the wonderful people that the Malaysian government is platforming and who apparently have very strong views on education policy. According to this toilet water sister, the government should include the stories of Palestinian struggles in the school syllabus. It will teach the young generation about humanity, understanding the struggles of the Palestinians and appreciating peace. Let the younger generation understand from a young age the struggles of Palestinians and the real meaning of humanity. Open their eyes so that they will not drown in comfort. It's truly amazing. Solidarity one step up from that kindergarten excursion where they had kids dress up in Hamas outfits and carry guns around.
Which, may I remind you, Fadlina Sibdek cried tears about.
Truly amazing, truly solidarity, amazing. What a wonderful suggestion to increase demand for international schools. Sepoops, I don't think I need to tell you that this is a devastatingly stupid suggestion, but it is a devastatingly stupid suggestion. I mean, first of all, this is Malaysia, not Palestine. I mean, sure, Heliza, you've gotten your 15 minutes of fame and now you want a lifetime by having your picture in the history book. Hashtag solidarity. But the thing you don't seem to realize is that your hashtag solidarity is not a priority to all of us in Malaysia. Let's be very clear that Palestine, although it's a cause that you care about, it is not related to Malaysia. Is it so hard to ask to have you focus on Malaysia toilet water sister? You might as well add in Sabah Sarawak history and also learn about the history of the Ibans, Dayaks, Dusuns, Kadazans, the Orang Aslis, rather than put in history about yet another nation that has absolutely nothing to do with Malaysia. If you care, then care about it on your own terms and take the effort to study about it and stop distracting our attention away from actually building Malaysia as a nation. Is that so hard to ask? Or is it now the norm to just internalize all of that double thing where now you can Palestine, I am so Malaysian, Palestine, oh I'm so Malaysian. The Palestine flag is how you become truly Malaysian. And the gaslighting continues every time you start talking about terbalikkan bendera. Just because you're obsessed with that story, talking constantly about your brothers and sisters, let's get it through these hits. Palestine is not a priority, at least for building up a Malaysian nation, not some weird Palestine ethno-state transnational boundaries Frankenstein monster. Point number 2, even if you bring in stuff about Palestine, what exactly is the use to students? Does it help them to get better jobs? Does it help them to master technology? Does it do absolutely anything at all except convince people to think a certain way, to hate a certain way, to keep on going woke, going broke, going woke, and going even more broke, even as they go constantly on rally after rally after rally in a situation where our PISA scores are dropping? I mean,
Even Anwar has acknowledged we're worse than ASEAN.
is it going to help you deal with technology? How about AI? Would it stop you from getting replaced by robots? Will you literally do nothing all day except pray for Gaza when the peace deals have been signed and find yourself rebels without a cause? Well, you tell me. Reason number 3. Even if you teach about Palestine and so-called aim to make people understand, I have a feeling I know exactly what you're going to teach. Basically, propaganda after propaganda after propaganda. The Israel-Palestine issue is something that involves so much nuance and is so easy to mischaracterize that you know these people are going to just bulldoze it over. The Palestinians were so kind and they let the Jewish people in after World War II, but then their guests came in and stabbed them in the back. How cruel! Kejam! Horrible! Because apparently, the conflict didn't start on October 7, it only started in 1948, and all of the millennia of human history that came before that do not exist. Selective knowledge, solidarity, no talk about the Nigerian Christians, the Yemenis, the Rohingyas,
Whom we ditch in the same way that we probably ditched the Palestinians if they actually came. Oh wait, yeah, we already have proof for that.
Suffice to say, I'm not very confident in this policy, not at all, given how little we actually know about the Sumut flotilla, the alleged presence of a spy, the very toilet water thing in the first place, which apparently we're supposed to believe without questioning anything, otherwise will just be called Zionist for the sin of using critical thinking. If they actually ever introduce something like that in school, I would give up on all hope of sending my kid or anyone else's kids to study in a government school, which is, by the way, something that people are already avoiding.
Partly because they want to avoid things like this.
It was a good try though, toilet water sister. Thank you for your contribution to our nation's educational policy. Although given our government at the moment, I wouldn't be surprised if they actually implemented it, only to cause the children of Malaysia to become progressively more stupid over time, and again, for international school demand to go up. Mainly because people don't want to be exposed to your gaslighting. It's not even that learning about Palestine is not educational in and of itself. It's just, we know how things can be when they are institutionalized in Malaysia, how they can quickly turn into gaslighting, moral policing, feudalism, lack of critical thinking, ikut, and in my book, that solidly places it as a hell no. Which frankly is the vibe of the entire Sumut flotilla, the entire heroes exercise, and pretty much everything else out there to do with this so-called solidarity thing. If Malaysia really accepts these suggestions, I have a feeling that we are going to fall down a much more woke slope on a day-to-day basis, misprioritizing solidarity day in and day out, with no meaningful result except aura farming, virtue signaling, and discrimination continuing as these people smell their own farts from now until kingdom come.
And we could have another petition and get 100k this time.
But on the bright side, if Malaysia actually does this, who wants to start an international school? Whoa. But actually, let me know down in the comments. Anyway, what do you think of this toilet water sister education reformer suggestion? Should kids learn more about Palestine? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. That's all to say about that, and bye.